his talent, like I said, his talent level's here, and the car performance is here. Kyle Busch talent on an Austin Dillon salary. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Brad, and with me, as always, is John, and this is Race Car Spelled Backwards, episode 98. I had to think there for a second.
That's because we've only done 2 tests.
Yeah, I know. I usually get like 13 tests to practice the episode number.
Yeah.
And how I don't mess the whole intro up after the way we mess it up when we're testing intentionally.
I'm surprised you don't call me a weird name.
Yeah, I change John's name like every test we do. But, yeah.
That works out.
We'll stick with John.
Yeah. Anyways, episode 98. That means only 2 episodes till episode 100. Triple digits.
And next week, we're going to take a week off.
Yep.
So, John will be at youth camp with the church. So, unless something drastic happens this weekend at Sonoma, we will not be recording next week.
Jurassic Sonoma race. Those 2 words don't go together.
Yeah, I'm not expecting a whole lot out of it, to be honest with you. But, hey, if something massive happens,
like
I
the
will.
track snaps in half.
Yeah, I mean, if the track falls apart and somebody falls into a sinkhole, like if 7 cars go off the cliff into a sinkhole and the track falls apart, that's newsworthy.
Yeah,
like,
we might record like Sunday evening.
I'm legit recording.
Yeah.
Somebody, if I have to sit here and talk to myself, if that happens, I will sit here and talk to myself. I think I could do that.
You definitely could.
I could do that for 30 minutes.
You just gotta put like a stuffed bear in my seat.
I make your mom sit there. She don't even have to speak. You just ignore me completely and just let me talk. I think she would have more. She'd have more to add, I'm sure. So, yeah, if something massive happens, then I'll record. I'll get something. We'll figure it out. We'll make it happen. But
yeah.
So, we talked to Sydney earlier. We're going to be comparing the brackets from our bracket and Designs by Sydney bracket. And also, if you follow us on Twitter, make sure to start voting on the which race was the best poll. Designs by Sydney is going to be posting a poll every week with truck, Xfinity, or Cup. Let you vote. So last week, Xfinity won. Then we had 13 votes or something like that.
Yep.
And Xfinity was the overall winner last week. So I'll be reposting that, retweeting it. She's going to put it out on Threads as well. So if you see that poll, make sure to vote on which race. It's just like Jeff Gluck's poll, right?
Yeah. Instead of just the Cup race, it's all 3 races or the Xfinity and Cup race.
I mean, so many of us have talked about it. It's hard to, like when I voted on Jeff Gluck's poll this week, for me it wasn't a yes, but it wasn't a no. That's the thing. There's so many in-betweens here lately that this gives us a way of just tell us which race you think's best for the weekend. I have a feeling 9 times out of 10 the Xfinity race is going to win.
Yeah, probably.
Also, Sydney was telling me she's going to be working on the driver number 2 win stickers.
Oh, yeah.
She's also going to do a SVG win sticker. And I'm pretty sure she's got the Corey Haim win sticker already completed from what she was telling me. But if you don't know, make sure you check out Designs by Sydney. She's a fan of the show. We're fans of hers. She does minimalist NASCAR driver stickers. When they win a race, she draws them a sticker. So she also does custom logos, hats, T-shirts, custom stickers of any kind. You got an idea, Sydney can make it happen. So definitely make sure you check out Designs by Sydney for all your personal and your professional needs.
Yeah, sounds good.
Right now, if you use code CAR624 at checkout, you get free shipping on your first order. So that's CAR624. So make sure you check out Designs by Sydney.
All right.
Yeah, we're doing the so we're gonna compare brackets.
Yeah.
I think we should just do that now.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about it.
Yeah. So I know on our bracket we've got Larson winning the whole thing. What does Sydney have?
Sydney has Larson. We actually have the same final two.
Byron and Larson.
Yep.
All right.
And then she's got Larson winning, but Sydney actually, she got 14 out of 16 picks right.
Which is insane. I just think it's insane. Like, how do you pick some of these?
She picked Cindric over Wallace.
I don't know how you do that. Like,
and who else she had? She had John Hunter Nemechek over Bowman.
Yeah, I don't like we know Bowman's not consistently like a top 5 driver.
I got that one wrong.
Nemechek, like, who? No, like I'm not gonna pick Nemechek over Bowman.
I paid attention to my bracket legit the whole race. It was so crazy. Like, when nothing was going on, I'm watching my bracket. I'm like, all right, Ross, I need you to speed up and get past Michael McDowell. John was giving me a hard time at the beginning of the race going, I can't believe you took Ross Chastain over McDowell.
Yeah.
How'd that work out for me?
Yeah, it worked out.
Yep, but I paid attention to 15th place
right
in a race that Fox definitely didn't show 15th place by no means, but I props to Sydney, man. Like, 14 out of 16.
That's pretty good.
I got 12 out of 16. She's currently beating me.
But, I mean, let's be honest. The biggest upset was Austin Dillon beating Truex.
Yeah, I mean, Truex finished dead last.
Yeah, out of the cars that were still running.
You think he intentionally got that flat tire just to mess my bracket up? Him and Denny were in cahoots together. Let's make sure nobody gets a perfect bracket. I'll blow the whole thing. Don't worry, Denny.
Yeah, like I said, there's not a single person in this world that picked Austin Dillon to beat Truex.
I mean, I didn't have Blaney losing either.
No, and I mean,
I had Blaney going on to the next round. I did
and
not.
And you should have.
Yeah, I did not have Gragson beating him.
No, which you shouldn't have. Like, Blaney should have been in to win that bracket on everyone because he shouldn't have ran out of fuel.
The bracket just adds so much excitement to it. Like, that race was, like I said, we'll get into all that in a little bit. Or maybe we'll just end up flowing into it now. But the Jeff Gluck poll, when I voted on it today, I did not want to say yes, it was a good race because nothing happened in stage 1.
Nope.
Stage 2 had a little dust up.
Yeah.
And stage 3 had some excitement.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's, by those standards, it's not a bad race. It's just not a good race. Like, it's almost like we need a meh.
Yeah.
Like, just meh, right in the middle.
We need good, okay, and bad.
I don't want NASCAR, like, looking at that race going, all right, guys, it worked. Everybody's happy.
No.
Because this tire is horrible.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't want NASCAR to go, oh, look, how they voted high percentage for this race. It must be great. So that's why I voted no. But still, it wasn't a bad race. Like, it's just, I hate that we're at that point where yes and no is not enough.
Right.
I mean, and that's why Sydney started the other poll. You know, I think we've even discussed it on this show.
Yeah.
We needed something else. So that's why we got this new poll. You tell us which of the 3 races are the best of the weekend. I think that's great. So looking forward to it. I've now got 4. My bracket ain't busted, though, because if these guys that are out don't win this weekend, and I don't have them going on any farther than Sonoma.
Right.
I could go into Iowa and be spot on again.
Yeah, so your bracket, it's not that bad.
Sydney's is obviously better, but this is just a warm-up for the official one that we have coming during the playoffs.
Yeah. I think we're going to have something similar with a couple of upsets since it starts at Atlanta.
Yeah.
So
our bracket, I guess it will start at – I don't know if it starts at Atlanta or not. Sydney will have to We'll have to get with Sydney and confirm that, but that would be crazy, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Is that where all 3 series playoffs starts at? That's what we have to do. We have to make sure they're all 3 racing that day. That might take Atlanta out.
Yeah. I don't know, but with the bracket next year, the official NASCAR bracket starting in Atlanta, we're definitely going to have some Austin Dillon Truex stories there.
At least TNT will be talking about it throughout the race.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, that's what I paid attention to this week during the race was my bracket.
Thanks, Denny.
Yeah, Denny. I mean, seriously, thank you, Denny. That's something to pay attention to.
We need a thanks, Denny sticker. That's what we need.
Thanks, Denny. Oh, that would make some people mad. There's a lot of people out there who need a thank you, Denny sticker.
Oh my! I would stick that on everything.
You know what would be cool? That a Chase Elliott number 9, and then say thanks, Denny. Put it on a sticker for everybody.
Oh man! Now you're really stirring the pot.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Or maybe you just have a stirring pot that says thanks, Denny on the side.
Oh my gosh!
We could come up with something.
Yes, we could.
We need something for Denny. Thanks, Denny. Yeah. I mean,
I say it all the time.
Say thank you, Denny.
I say it all the time on this show.
All right, John. Well, let's talk about some of the hot racing takes from this weekend and last week.
All right.
So if you didn't know,
breaking news
today, this morning, NASCAR announced Kyle Larson will officially receive a waiver.
Yep.
He is now championship eligible once again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How do you really – my opinion on this has changed over the week.
Mine has too. And I blame Jordan for my opinion last week because I just haven't enjoyed Jordan lately on the teardown. So I blame him for my overwhelmingly disagreeing opinion from him last week because I actually think he makes some good points. I just don't like the way he presents them.
Him and a lot of people make a lot of good points. So once I took Kyle Larson out of the scenario and I took Rick Hendrick out of the scenario, Chevy out of the scenario, when you take all the pieces out of the scenario and you look at the rule, the commitment that Kyle Larson and Rick Hendrick made with NASCAR was to start every race you could start.
Yep.
Unless you're medically unable to start them. That is the commitment he made.
Yeah.
He went to Indy, stating that he would commit to be at the start of the Coca-Cola 600. For 2 weeks leading up to the Indy 500,
yeah,
we had a chance of rain. And we started talking about, it could. What if? And every time what if was said, Kyle Larson and Rick reiterated Coke 600 is priority.
Mm-hmm.
They committed to it. They made a commitment to be there. They didn't show up. They broke their commitment.
And honestly, which I think it's NASCAR's fault. Ultimately, I think it's NASCAR's fault because they play so fast and loose with their rules anyway that Larson and Rick Hendrick, they knew they could get away with it. So, like I said, I think it's NASCAR's fault, but I don't think Larson should. Here's what I think. I think if I'm NASCAR, I give Larson the waiver. Like, as everything stands right now, if I'm NASCAR, I give him the waiver.
They did.
In which they did. I don't think he should have gotten it, though.
I don't think NASCAR had a choice.
No, that's what I mean.
So Brandon and me were texting back and forth earlier, and he kind of asked me something got said about it, and I told him what I thought on it. I think the stakes are too high. There's way too much money involved now.
Oh yeah.
Versus 30 years ago. In the late 80s, early 90s, NASCAR could drop the iron hammer and say, this is how it's going to be, boys, period.
Right.
Now you got, if Kyle Larson does not receive the waiver, NBC, it hurts their ratings. It hurts the tracks attendance.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts merchandise sales for the companies who make all the merchandise don't think NASCAR's not getting a cut.
Right.
It hurts those sales. Ticket sales are down. I mean, concession stand sales, everything goes down. Not to mention Rick Hendrick, who is losing millions of dollars a year running a race team. Sponsorship that follows Kyle Larson. Team Chevy. You don't think Chevy's going to be mad their star driver is not eligible?
Right.
I mean, there's too many factors in there. You're not going to have $1 billion TV package deal get upset or get ruined or hurt or anything go wrong there by holding your star driver back. Right. NASCAR has every right to. Honestly, I don't think they should have given him the waiver.
No. Based
on the rule, it's black and white. Like
he didn't show up for the race.
No, I truly thought last week they would not have made the decision to stay in Indy without knowing from NASCAR already that they had that waiver.
Right. Because, I mean, why would you stay at Indy and disqualify you from the championship in the series that you run every week?
It just seems like a very risky move to make if you don't know that you've already got that waiver. Now, granted, consistency with NASCAR has been to grant the waiver for everybody. Waivers for you. Everybody gets a waiver.
And that's what I was saying about. I think this is NASCAR's fault.
No doubt. NASCAR made this problem with I think they need the rule.
Yeah.
The rule is a valid rule to have.
But they don't enforce it.
Correct.
So I think NASCAR created the problem. Here's what I think. Honestly, I don't know if Hendrick and Larson knew they were going to get a waiver. I don't think they knew that. And I think they were like, you know what? I think they said, we're talking, and I think they said everything you said.
Consistently, they give them out.
We've got all these people. We rake in all this money for NASCAR, all this viewership for NASCAR. I think we can stick it to them. I think we can stay here in Indy and force them to give us a waiver. I don't think they have a choice.
I think you're right. I think because NASCAR has always granted them, and NASCAR I really feel like NASCAR was put in a hard spot here.
Yeah.
I mean, I went from last week thinking it was crazy you wouldn't give them a waiver to stepping back and looking at the bigger picture. Like I said, bigger picture, I don't think they should have given him a waiver. I think NASCAR should have said, no waiver for you. This is the rule.
Yeah.
Or now that they've granted him the waiver, I think there needs to be some clarity on the rule.
Right.
Suspensions need to go.
Oh, yes.
If you get suspended, like Chase Elliott, he made the conscious decision to right hook somebody and get suspended.
Yeah.
He made the choice. Him making the choice to right hook somebody, knowing that that's a suspendable offense, is no different than Kyle Larson making the choice to stay in Indianapolis.
I don't know. I don't know about that one because you think about it like.
Well, they both had to make a choice. That's what I'm getting at. They made a choice that.
But one's in the heat of the moment and one's not. I think during a race, you're in that car for however many hours. It's hot. You've got a lot on the line. You might not always think rationally. I don't know if you can. Because, let's say, in soccer, you get a red card. You're suspended for a game. That doesn't mean you're ineligible for the World Cup.
Are you comparing NASCAR to soccer?
Sorry, I played soccer for 8 years.
No, I mean, you're right. I get where you're going. I understand soccer, no, you're right. Larson he messed up.
I don't think they should have done what they did.
No, I think they should. As much as I wanted to see Kyle Larson race in the Indianapolis 500, they should have left.
The weather ruined it. You got to go back to NASCAR. And
then NASCAR had a rain delay race too, a rain shortened race. I mean, I hate to say that you should have left and you start the 373, but based on your commitment,
your contract.
Yeah, you agreed to this. That's where Jordan's coming from. That's where a lot of these guys are coming from. We've heard Denny's opinion. Nobody really says, yes, he should get one. right off the bat. I mean, competitors, his competitors are kind of like,
Yeah.
nobody really wanted to commit to it, but fans are like adamant he should get one or not get one. Like it's split. But I think NASCAR's put themselves in a rock and a hard place. They need to come out this week and say, period, this is the rules, is what it is.
Right.
No changing it.
And honestly, like when Larson made the decision to stay in Indy, what NASCAR should have done, they should have tweeted something or said something, been like, look, Larson, you can stay in Indy, but you're not getting a waiver.
No doubt.
Like if you stay in Indy and you miss the start of the Coke 600, you're not getting a waiver. So you make your choice because we're being clear, and that's really what it comes down to. NASCAR they're never clear.
Yeah, there needs to be clarity. That's what I was getting at this week. They need to clarify it and be crystal clear on that. This is the rule.
Yeah.
If they're not going to do that, then you can't hold nobody accountable for the rule.
Right.
So we briefly talked about this a little bit last week also, but Stewart-Haas is definitely closing.
Yep.
There will be no SHR racing after this season. I said it last week. I'll say it again. I hate it for all the employees that work there. I've listened to every NASCAR podcast out there this week, and they all say the same thing. These people are not going to have an issue finding a job.
Yep.
They probably won't.
No.
But it's still, when you have a job, say these guys have been there 13 years, they have a lot emotionally invested into this team. So it ain't going to be easy just to walk away from that.
Yeah.
So I hate that for all of them. But man, we saw this coming, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Kevin Harvick made the comment on his podcast that he don't understand how they went from forever to 4-sell in 6 months. I think there was 4 Ford or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But whatever. They went from forever to 4-sell in 6 months, and it speaks a lot about the charter system, I think, because we're actually seeing the charter system play out in the way it's meant to be played out here in front of us.
This is the reason we have the charters.
All 4 of these teams are going somewhere.
Right.
So the only people not guaranteed a spot on them 4 teams as they go somewhere is the driver.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think the shop people, all those people are like, okay, cool. We'll move here. We'll go to Front Row or Trackhouse or 2311.
Whatever team buys the charter, that's where they go.
Front Row's already announced they bought one.
Yeah.
They didn't.
They said they bought a charter.
They bought one of those charters.
Yeah.
They might not have came out and worded it that way, but
there's no other charter.
I'm pretty confident that's the charter they bought.
Yeah.
Driver wise, I have no idea.
No.
That's so up in the air. Like I've heard there's a lot of different names. I mean, I think this season, silly season, is going to just continue to get crazier as we go.
Oh, yeah.
What I wonder, though, is this weekend, Stewart-Haas showed some performance, right?
Yeah, they did.
So what happens going forward? That performance, there's no way those people stay there, like, right?
Right. Like, if you're not guaranteed a job next year, you gotta find a job.
That's what I'm getting at. Like, there's no way they stay. They're going to go somewhere, and if they don't, then
are you as committed?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Are you as committed? I guess you would still be committed because you want to prove your worth when you go somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, when you find that other job, if those guys are saying, hey, we need you to come now, what's stopping you from going?
Nothing. I mean, you know what's going away.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, there's got to be something in their contracts protecting the employee too.
Right.
For things like this. So
we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I'm curious to see how it plays out on track. What the performance on track is, how all that works out. That's what I'm curious to see. So
yeah.
Corey Heim showed up this weekend and showed out yet again, getting his 4th victory in the Truck Series.
Corey Heim's on a roll, man.
I was reading on Reddit. Rumor is that Corey Heim could be in the running for the charter that could be going to 2311.
That'd be awesome, honestly.
I mean, he's a Ford guy. I mean,
Ford guy.
he's a Toyota guy. Toyota has a lot invested into Corey Heim.
Yep.
So I could see it. He proved he can go out there. Look at what Carson Hocevar's doing, coming straight out of the Truck Series into the Cup Series.
Where did he finish this week?
8th.
Yeah, 8th place.
That's impressive, right? I don't think he's coming out of the Truck Series. I mean, last year he did some fill-in races.
Yeah.
He's had some experience in the car, but very little. Corey Heim filled in for 2 races for Eric Jones.
And he made it through the races.
Yeah. He was not a headline. He didn't wreck. He didn't do anything stupid that I remember.
Yeah.
So this doesn't surprise me as much as I thought it would. But rumor is he could be going to 2311.
I think that would be cool.
I think it would be earned. I think he's a good driver. I mean, we talked about last week, the young talent we have coming up is insane.
It's incredible. I'm excited.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I even think the guys we have coming into the Truck Series.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I think I heard Butterbean's got a couple more races in the truck this season, so good for him. Very well earned.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait to see what he does there. So, SVG, he won in Portland this weekend. He wins the race that everybody thought was the best race of the weekend. Who voted on the poll?
Oh, I love the Xfinity race.
What was your favorite part? Or tell me what you liked about it.
I liked watching SVG. I enjoyed watching the cars themselves on the track because the cars themselves looked like they were being pushed. Like it looked like
pushed to the edge.
Yeah, it looked like SVG was pushing everything out of that car that he could get without crashing. And I mean, he did crash once. He made that mistake because he pushed it too far. And that's what I love about the Xfinity race is it looks like they were just trying to gain every little edge out of that car they could. And that's fun. That is intriguing and interesting to watch because you don't know, are they going to push it too hard on this corner? Are they going to wreck? Are they going to crash? You don't know.
That was the last car. The old Cup car was just like that. Like a Gen 6 car, that's how it raced on a road course. So what you like about Xfinity road course racing is what the rest of us loved about Cup racing.
Yep.
It's what we don't get with the new car. I mean, the new car is just not made to be thrown around. The new car, it works very well on a road course. That's the problem with the new car is it works too well on a road course. So, I mean, it was the Xfinity race, phenomenal race. I agree. Everything you just said, 1,000%. Jamie McMurray, Adam Alexander in the booth, those two guys together. I think Trevor Bain was with them. Sorry, Trevor. No offense towards you meant by that, but Jamie Mack, Adam Alexander, they should be on TV on Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Who?
2 A's. Adam Alexander should definitely be on TV on Sundays. Yes. I mean, he's a Fox guy. Fox is starting their new TV contract this year. Be a great year to slide a new guy in. I mean, I know Mike Joyce said that he wants to come back. He's committed to coming back to Fox if they'll have him. I love Mike. Mike's been the voice of NASCAR darn near my whole life.
I was about to say for a long time.
Mike Joy, his voice and NASCAR go together in my head.
Yep.
It's how it's always been. Yours as well.
Yeah.
Without DW, it's weird for me because that's another voice for me. So I love you, Mike, but I think if you were ever going to make a change for your play-by-play commentator, the start of your new contract would be a great time to do it. And Adam Alexander is phenomenal in the booth.
Yes.
Phenomenal. He's not Jamie Little. He is way better. No offense, Jamie's the best pit road reporter we got. But in the booth, I mean, she said some things about Tanner Gray yesterday. I don't even think that was appropriate to say, age appropriate. So I'm still kind of confused, but you know, those guys do great in the booth. I enjoyed it. Jessie Love's crew guy. This
Oh
dude
my
WWE
gosh.
jumps. You can't see where he comes from.
No,
Like you just see.
he comes into the shot.
I could just see him like on the pit box, one arm jumping over the side of the pit box, spread eagle, bam, right on the hood of this car. I mean, it was amazing.
I wonder what the comms were for that pit stop. Like,
Spider Monkey all jacked up on Mountain Dew. And there he goes. I mean, the video, it was just, you didn't see where he started. It legit looked like he just jumped off the top rope. Cage match. I mean, it was phenomenal.
It was so funny.
Full mount on top of this hood. Just,
and he's just on there banging on it. They're putting duct tape. I mean,
it was amazing.
I've
never seen nothing so great.
What did I say? That's a NASCAR pit stop if I've ever seen it.
You don't see in F1. You've never had anybody dive off the pit box onto the top of the car, and this was to repair it.
Yeah,
he didn't jump on it for any reason except to fix it. When your fix is Bubba, hey, what are we gonna do? Get the hammer? No, get Bubba. Hey, Bubba, jump over there on the hood of that car. I bet you can beat that thing right on down. And there goes Bubba off the top of the pit box, right on the hood. And they're like, "Hey, problem solved. Give me some duct tape."
I love the commitment of these guys, and I
full send.
And I love NASCAR pit stops, and I love NASCAR repairs even more because I mean you'll have like 6 guys with sledgehammers banging the crap out of a
anger
NASCAR
management class. If you have anger problems, come to pit school.
Yeah.
We'll teach you how to do a pit stop, and if the car is torn up, you can beat the heck out of it.
Yeah. I mean, you've got those pit stops where they got the saw out cutting off the front bumper. I mean,
now you got to have a guy. If somebody doesn't jump off the pit box onto the hood of your damaged car, you don't have the right crew member.
Right.
You know, Kyle Busch's guy, Big Country, I think is what Mamba was calling him. If that guy got his T-shirt throwing people off the back of the thing at the Kyle Busch Ricky fight,
oh yeah,
that guy ain't got nothing on this dude. This dude full send off the pit box, no regard for self-preservation. I mean, he's like, whatever. I'm fully committed to my job. Yeah. I'm jumping 10 feet in the air. My body.
Somebody's looking for a raise.
My body is going to fix this hood, and it did.
Which is, I mean,
it's amazing.
It is awesome.
Like love NASCAR. I'm with you. Like this is what you get with the old car. You don't get with the new car. You're not going to have anybody jumping off John Hunter Nemechek's pit box when he wrecks next weekend. It just don't work the same.
No,
that car's broke. Totally
like
broke. I
said, a classic NASCAR pit stop that will be remembered for many years.
All right, so we had the Xfinity race, best race of the weekend, and then we had the Cup race at Gateway. Was it a good race, Paul? What do you think? John does not know what the Jeff Gluck poll ended at.
Yeah, I do not know what the number is. Do I think it was a good race? I would have voted no.
I voted no.
I don't think it was. It's not what I wanted to see. We'll get into this later, but tires didn't fall off, and aero battles are no fun to watch. But so now I guess I got to try.
We can get into it now. That's what we got to talk about.
Oh yeah, but no, I still got to guess though. I still got to make my guess.
Okay, Jordan, let's go.
So I don't know. Jordan said 65. Jeff said 72. I'm gonna say 63.
You would be wrong, sir.
What was it?
68.
68? Really?
Yeah, I was surprised. When I first looked at it, I thought I'm dyslexic, so I thought they were backwards.
I thought it was 86.
I thought it was 32.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But it was no. I voted no as well. Like I said, it wasn't a bad race. No. It wasn't a good race. It wasn't a bad race. It was just it was on, and I was doing other things because it was yeah, kind of one of those things. But it was 68. I think that's honestly higher than Jordan was predicting. I think Jordan thought it would be lower than that even.
Yeah.
So I think
I thought
Jordan won that one, but I think Jeff
knew he lost that one.
I think he did too.
After he said it, he was like, "Yeah, I'm way too high."
But Austin Cindric won. I mean, I don't know.
Wait.
You think that played a factor? You said you think that counts for some yes votes.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, an underdog, someone you don't see win very often.
He has fans.
Yeah,
Sydney's a fan.
You got Blaney running out of fuel. I think that honestly puts it up by a point. That's a little excitement there at the end. So I think that puts it up maybe by a point.
How many points do the tires take away, you think? I think about 40.
Yeah. No. I mean, I don't think it's maybe the tires. I think it's just the result of the tires.
We're talking about the tires right now because we're talking about them, so we're just going to roll with that. But
yeah. No, I mean, I think the result of the racing that the tires bring definitely brings it down. I'd probably say about 20 points because if you have good tires and you got people passing, I definitely think we get, we're in the 80s for a good race because I think that's what you want to see out of a race. You want to see some competition. You want to see it be competitive. You want to see people passing people. You want to see, people moving up spots. You want to see people falling down spots when they finish. When people can't make a pass, it's not interesting to watch.
No, I agree. I'm not a fan of. Aero is always a part of racing.
Yes.
Aero will
can't get around it.
I get it.
Literally.
I'm okay with aero. Yeah, literally. I'm okay with aero, but you need all the factors, right? You got to have the tire that falls off. Your strategy needs to be threefold: aero, tire, fuel.
Yep.
If you want to talk about a good, entertaining strategy race, you want to see drivers save their own tires, manage their own fuel, and be able to pass it. They'll be able to pass each other if there's tire fall off. I hate to say it, but they will be. Because right now, you had guys with 50-lap old tires running the same as guys with brand new tires. Their lap times, you looked at their lap times over a 50-lap period, they did not fall off like they should have.
Yeah.
So, fail. Like, whatever tire we keep bringing, stop.
We need to stop bringing it because it's not working. It's not working.
Here's the sad part. They tested this tire last week and decided it was good enough to race on.
Isn't that what they've been doing for the past 3 years?
That's it. I mean, now I'm sure this is probably the Richmond tire. I'm sure it's probably the Phoenix tire. So we got more races this year on it. Yay.
Woohoo.
Get excited.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Can you answer this question? Why did we run a Xfinity length race instead of a Cup Series length? I mean,
I have no idea.
Last weekend's Xfinity race at Charlotte was 300 miles. This weekend's NASCAR Cup Series race
was 300 miles.
Was 300 miles.
Do you think NASCAR's trying to shorten their races? Do you think that they
just did?
I know. That's what I mean. Like, do you think they're trying to make this normal? Do you think they just kind of snuck this in here? Be like, well, no one really cares that much about Gateway, so we'll make it a 300-mile race. Do you think they're trying to do that for more tracks?
Maybe. They're doing something because this should never. It didn't even dawn on me until the race had started. I was like, why is it the 300?
Yeah.
This don't make sense. This is 300.
This is a Cup race.
That was yesterday's race should have been a 300. And I'm like, wait a minute. No, NASCAR, a Cup race should be 400 to 500 miles long, period.
Yeah.
If we can run 500 laps at Bristol, we can run 500 laps here at Gateway.
Right.
Or 500 miles.
Yeah. I mean, I have no idea why this was a 300-mile race. And like I said, maybe they're trying to shorten their races.
I understand on a road course why you run a 300-mile race. It's longer. This is a 1.25-mile track.
Yeah.
This isn't you'll run 400 miles at Richmond. You'll run 500 miles at Charlotte. That's 1.5. This is in the middle.
Yeah. Why are we doing a 300-mile race?
Was something else on TV that night they had to get done with?
Oh, gosh, don't.
Now, that's the reality of it. I mean, we love it or hate it. The reality is the TV partners make a lot of these calls. And like I said, love it or hate it, that's one we're not ever going to change. And I'm okay with that one. I can live with that one.
I don't want less racing, though.
I don't either. But just tell me that's what you're doing.
Yeah, I guess so, but I still don't.
I mean, I don't know that I
Right.
would. I voted no on the poll, so I don't really want more of Gateway. I got all the Gateway I needed.
Yeah, but I don't want them to start doing this to other races.
Let's hope they don't. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I just hope they don't,
Yeah.
because I think it's a very real possibility.
Yeah, I mean, they've opened that door now. We've now had a
I just don't get it. Like, it makes no sense. Come tell me why you did this.
on a 1.25 mile track in the Cup Series. We've now had a 300-mile race. That opens the door for them to do it again.
I mean,
I
I
don't
guess
like
they've probably done this before at like New Hampshire. I feel like Loudon, New Hampshire's has a shorter race. Phoenix has a shorter race. So I mean, it's not unprecedented. I just noticed it this weekend, and it just kind of flustered me.
Yeah.
Like there's really no. I noticed it when the first stage is like 45 laps long.
Yeah.
When we have Truck Series stage links, there's a problem.
Right.
300 miles is not enough. That's what I'm getting at.
Yes.
I mean, I'm still getting at it. Like, the more I think about it, the madder I get when I think about it.
Maybe
like,
that's why Ryan Blaney ran out of fuel. Maybe his crew chief thought he could make it more.
He's not good at doing the math for an Xfinity race. He's a Cup crew chief.
Yeah.
Y'all threw him off with his Xfinity math. Now we know why Ryan Blaney ran out of gas, because his crew chief was on a Cup Series strategy in an Xfinity Series race. He's playing chess on a checkerboard.
Yeah, his crew chief is like, wait a minute, I thought we still had 45 more laps to go.
Hey, we got 100 miles to go, guys. What's going on here?
He's like, wait, shouldn't we be pitting? Why is it
We
the
got
white
another
flag?
stage to go.
Yeah, he's like, wait, the white flag? I thought it was a stage caution.
He's getting fired, right?
Absolutely. There's no way. There's someone.
Maybe not fired, but
there's someone getting a very stern talking to.
Yeah, Mr. Penske has got somebody sitting down, probably sitting on a stool while he's standing up, just lecturing them, just getting in it.
I don't understand how you do that. Like, I mean, we heard Blaney over the radio after the race. He's like, I ran out of fuel. What do you mean I ran out of fuel? Like, how did I run out of fuel?
How do you not know he's going to run out of fuel? I mean,
imagine being Blaney in that moment. You come to the white flag, you think everything's good. No one's told you that you might be low on fuel. You think you're going to make it. You come to the white flag, your car slows down. You go, wait, what's going on? And you're like, I'm out of fuel.
That's what I mean. Like, previously, usually the crew chief's in his ear going, save me a lap. I need you to save. Heavy saving here, Ryan. Nothing.
No.
Ryan had a lead, a legitimate lead.
He could have saved.
On Cindric, and could have probably saved enough to go one lap.
And he could have easily blocked Cindric from passing him.
No doubt. Cindric could have been a good teammate and pushed him.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that have been something? Cindric pushes Blaney to the win.
Oh, it's like the cars when Lightning McQueen pushes the King over the finish line.
Exactly. That's exactly what it would be like. No, I don't know, in today's day and age, with the technology and the math skills on top of that pit box. I mean, that's not salesman math up there. That's like engineering math.
Right.
These guys are legit. They're not dyslexic. They know what they're doing.
And I mean,
and he still got it wrong.
And I mean, we know that we know Blaney and their team. We know they chose to take one can of gas on that last pit stop instead of two. And that's why he came out ahead of Cindric and all that, so far ahead of Cindric. But, like, couldn't they have done, like, a tank and a quarter tank, a tank and a half tank? Like, why are we cutting it so close here, guys? Like, if we know everyone's taking 2 cans.
But other people were taking 1 can. Denny said he took 1 can, too. So they thought, mathematically, they had saved enough fuel earlier in the day and needed less gas at the end. I mean, that makes sense. Like, if you think all you need is what you've saved me enough from earlier in the day to only need 1 can at the end. If that's what their math tells them, that's what I mean, though. Their math was wrong.
Yeah.
Obviously, your math is wrong, sir.
Yeah, we saw it.
Big time.
At the white flag.
Everybody saw it. That one's going to hurt, too.
Oh, yeah.
Regular season's dwindling down really quickly.
Yeah. I mean, it's about crunch time.
And Blaney is not looking pretty.
No.
There are going to be a lot of people in that Ryan Blaney bathtub. I haven't listened to DBC yet, so I guarantee you on DBC there's some people on Reaction Theater calling in, getting ready. We got the bubbles going in the bubble bath. We're all crying, washing each other's back, whatever. Them Blaney fans are different. They bathe together when they lose a race.
It's weird.
Hey, whatever. I mean, we're not Blaney fans.
Yeah, you know what? Sure.
So Kyle and Kyle wrecked each other.
Oh, the Kyles.
I mean, who do you think's at fault on that one?
Busch.
I do too. I mean,
how you look at it, and you're like, okay, Larson started it, right? Kyle finished it, and he shouldn't have. Kyle should have let Larson go past him because when Kyle did what he did, Kyle lost more than Larson did.
Kyle had more to lose.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Kyle hasn't won a race.
Exactly.
I don't even know where he's at in points right now. Is he below the cutoff line?
I'm sure. I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea. But either way, Larson's won like 4 races this season. He's in the playoffs. Kyle Larson has nothing to worry about. He can race as hard as he wants. As he does anyway. I mean, he does that anyway. But Busch had way more to lose, and he closed off Kyle Larson, didn't give him any space, and they spun each other and ended Kyle's day.
This is no different than Wilkesboro. Kyle's mad.
Yeah, he's not happy. We can all see it.
Kyle's trying to keep a streak of 20 seasons in a row with a victory going, and he sees that a real possibility that could end this year. Granted, we've got a ways to go. Kyle's a dang good driver.
Yeah, he just needs to calm down.
Yeah, I think he's overreacting, and he's just mad. Like, this isn't a happy Kyle Busch whatsoever.
No.
I mean, I saw he put something on Twitter. He goes, I'm sure y'all will blame me for this one too. I mean, yeah, you kind of – it's a racing deal. Really, it's they're 50-50 fault here. Like,
yeah,
Larson knew he wasn't going to make it. Kyle knew he wasn't going to make it. Larson has – look, either way, whether Larson got the waiver or not, think about it this way. If Larson didn't get the waiver, he could care less if he wrecked or not.
Right.
If Larson got the waiver, he's got to win, and he could still care less. So either way, Larson's going to go for it. When Kyle Busch should have said, it's early, dude. I'm running really good today. Go ahead and go. I'll get you back later.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to do – Kyle's going to have to start racing very strategically because the car performance is not up to his talent.
Yeah.
He's driving Austin Dillon performance on a Kyle Busch talent. There's a big difference there between the two.
He can't just go out and outspeed people anymore like he used to.
No, but he can outdrive them.
Absolutely.
By driving smart.
And he's not in the headspace for that right now.
No, he was – that's the whole thing. That's everything yesterday is just – he needs a hug. I mean, something. Dude needs something. He's got to just calm down. Like, he just need Samantha, go give your man a hug. he's tense.
Yeah. And like you said, it really is a racing incident. I know I said it was Kyle's fault, or Busch's fault, but it's just racing at that point.
Busch had more to lose.
He shouldn't have done it, but
so he should have
be blamed.
In his situation, he should have let off.
Right.
But I get why he didn't.
Yes.
I'm good with it. Yeah, I would put more of the blame on Kyle Busch, but like I really think it's about a 50-50 split. I mean, like you said, it's a racing deal.
Yeah.
I put that more on Kyle's current situation.
Yeah.
Kyle Busch's current situation. He's just not happy.
Right.
And that's okay. He shouldn't be.
Don't worry, we're not that pleased either.
Dude left Hendrick in a good car, went to Gibbs to get in a good car to go to RCR to get in an okay car. Yeah. Like I said, you got Kyle Busch is one of the most talented drivers in NASCAR.
Without a doubt.
History.
Without a doubt.
He will go down he's definitely one of the top drivers ever to be in a NASCAR car.
I mean, look at the stats. Go look at his stats.
Truck Series, Xfinity, Cup. I mean, the dude.
He can drive.
Yeah. In a NASCAR sanctioned car.
He can drive.
Yes. And win a lot.
Yes.
So he's just not happy.
No.
Where he's at. His talent, like I said, his talent level's here and the car performance is here. Kyle Busch talent on an Austin Dillon salary. It's just.
I think his whole situation is just bubbling up for him, and we're obviously seeing the effects.
Maybe he should go drive that third track or that not Trackhouse 2311 car.
Yeah,
that's going to be Denny's car. He's going to finish his career at home at his own shop. You know, so Denny Hamlin was penalizing Freddie Kraft for calling it a shop on DBC, right? And you got to call it airspeed. You can't call it shop. Well, on Denny's show yesterday, he was talking about having a shop dog. Shouldn't you call that dog an airspeed dog? I mean, I heard Denny say shop like 4 or 5 times. So I'm just curious. Does Denny have to pay a fine now for saying shop and not airspeed?
All right, Denny, pay up.
Yeah,
pay yourself.
It's on you, Denny. So 50 laps to go in the race. Christopher Bell, motor blows up. Something you really don't see a lot of anymore.
Yeah. Do we know what happened in the motor?
Nah, I haven't heard anything. I haven't really looked either, nor I don't know that they would even tell us.
Yeah.
But
sucks. Bell was the best car.
Bell was definitely the most dominant car. I think Bell was probably going to win that race.
Yeah, it's safe to say he was going to win that race.
Speaking of Christopher Bell, Martin Truex Jr. pushes Christopher Bell around the track. What do you think? Race manipulation? That's what they're saying on Twitter.
No, I don't.
I don't either.
I don't think it is.
There's no way it is.
I mean, we know Truex wants to win.
Yeah.
Like, without.
I mean, Truex was like 2 laps down, though. They're saying it's race manipulation because he helped Christopher Bell get the finish that he finished.
Well, I mean, okay. Let's say you're Truex and you and Bell aren't teammates. Let's say you aren't teammates. You're 2 laps down and it's the race leader. Like, you're not going to, like, try and pass him or, like, potentially wreck him. You're not going to do that.
Well, he wasn't trying to wreck him. He was trying to push him around the track so he could get a decent finish with a blown motor. That's what they're saying. If he wouldn't have pushed him, he'd have finished worse. What did he finish? 7th?
I don't know.
Yeah. That's what they're saying. He would have finished a lap down if Truex wouldn't have pushed him around the track. It don't bother me none. I could care less.
Yeah.
I think it was cool. I think it was really cool to see Truex pushing him and helping him out. It wasn't like he did it for long. So everybody who's saying that on Sirius XM and on Twitter, you go pound sand. I think it's wrong.
Yeah. I don't think it's race manipulation. I mean, he didn't win, so.
No. I mean,
it's not like.
It's just cool to see. I thought it was really cool to see.
Yeah.
You don't see team stuff like that. I don't really care.
Yeah, I mean, like what? If we're going to call that race manipulation, then in Talladega, when all the Toyotas got together and tried to do something different, that's race manipulation.
Exactly. It's just Martin pushing his teammate. Like it didn't. If he would have won the race, maybe it would be different. But
if he did it the entire race, maybe.
He did for like 3 laps.
Yeah.
And he only did it on the straightaways. So not the end of the world. I'm not worried about it. It doesn't not an issue whatsoever for me. So
nope, doesn't bother me.
Really, that's all I got. What else you got this week?
I don't know. What else are in the notes?
That's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Man.
It just feels like this episode's been a lot quicker. It hasn't.
Yeah.
We forgot to turn our timer on. So
yeah, I got it here on my stopwatch. We're at 36 here.
That's about normal.
Yeah, a little shorter than usual, but nothing too much.
Not a whole lot going on.
Yeah, no.
I mean, it's kind of dead right now in the racing industry. The race just wasn't that great. Like, that's all what it comes down to. And that's all. You can only talk so much about what you can talk about. So
right. I mean, apparently we got to pay attention to qualifying since that's all that matters these days.
Qualifying is way more important now than it's ever been because where you start at is about where you finish at.
Because it's so hard to pass. It's so hard to pass.
We'll get there. I think something's got to happen, right?
That's what we've been saying.
Yeah. So this weekend we got Sonoma road course racing coming up. Races at 3:30. It's on Fox. I used to really enjoy road courses. Sonoma and Watkins Glen was all we had forever.
Yeah.
And they were really my favorite. So, I think that it could be a decent race.
I think Blaney will do good.
No,
Yeah.
I don't. I think Tyler Reddick could do really good. Like, look at the brackets. Who do we got? So we got Hamlin and Logano.
I think Hamlin will beat Logano.
I got Hamlin. Keselowski and Bowman. I got Keselowski.
Yeah.
Elliott and Bubba.
Elliott.
I got Elliott.
Elliott's been so consistent this year.
Yeah. Blaney and Byron.
I'd probably pick Byron.
I got Byron.
I think they're more consistent than Blaney.
Buescher and Truex. Truex is out. Thankfully, I picked Buescher here.
Yeah.
Chastain and Gibbs.
I'd probably pick Chastain.
I got Gibbs because Gibbs runs really good on a road course.
He does.
Larson and Busch.
Larson.
Bell and Reddick.
I'd probably pick Reddick.
I picked Reddick. So,
although Bell's been running really good, so
it's going to be fun to see how the brackets play out this week. I love this bracket thing. This is a lot of fun. So thank you, Denny, again for the brackets. You made the race entertaining for me this weekend.
Still really want that thanks, Denny sticker.
Yeah.
Oh,
thanks, Denny. There might be one.
There might be.
There might. So,
but like I said, I say that all the time on the show.
Yeah. No. Yeah, we'll get you a T-shirt. It just says thanks, Denny. That's what you need.
I'd wear that all the time, every race.
You'd have to get different colors because you'd drive me crazy wearing the same shirt every week. I'm OCD, so that would drive me insane.
Oh, dude, I'd wear that to every race we go to.
Thanks, Denny.
Yes.
No doubt.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Denny. DH. Thanks, DH.
Yeah.
Then people really know you're talking about. All right, that's all I got this week. You got anything else?
No.
All right, so thanks everyone who watches, listens to the show each week, shares the show on social media. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure you follow us on X. We're at Car Backwards. Rumor is they're going to be changing X back to Twitter soon. The name of it. So hopefully.
There's a shocker.
I still call it Twitter, and so does everybody else.
What else are you supposed to call it? Like, you always say, "Oh, I sent out a tweet." I sent out an X.
Exactly. So
come on,
let's change it back there, Elon. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you check out all our videos there. Check us out on Spotify. Follow us and rate us. Subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts. Leave us a review like Brandon did. When you leave a review, it helps other people find the show. So we greatly appreciate every review we receive. So thank you, Brandon. Give us a like and subscribe to us on YouTube Music. If you feel the need, you're more than welcome to email us for racecarbackwardspod@gmail.com. And make sure to check out designsbysydney.com. Other than that, y'all have a great week, and we will see y'all in 2 weeks. Thanks, everybody. Bye.